At some point in your marketing and in your brand development, whether you realized it or not, you became very transparent and very authentic in the things that you were saying. I mean, from the start, when we launched your newsletter, it was very personal. So here's my question. Was this quality of being fully transparent a decision you made? Was there a shift that took place? And the reason I ask is because a lot of people who are building their businesses, including some of our own clients, are very hesitant in being transparent and incorporating more of their personal lives into their marketing. But you seem to do it effortlessly. Can you tell me about that? And what would you say to those who resist doing that?
Great question. I'm a big fan, as you know, right? Knowing me, I think we know each other for 6 years now. Authentic marketing, right? Like you referenced. So I think that's the most powerful and easiest networking. I find it to be effortless because it's like you just being who you are, right? So I just want to share a quick story that I think may help the listener. I was at a legal conference in Atlanta just like 3 years ago, maybe 3.5 years ago, and the speaker got up on stage. He's like, share your story, share your story on social. And I said, okay, this is new, but whatever. You know me, Kia, always trying to create opportunities, always trying to find new channels to grow my business. I said, all right, I'll share my story. So I went to my hotel room, a social media post about my story. I never really share my story with friends, family, even. Well, family knows my story, but friends, my wife knows my story, but I never shared it publicly. Anyway, the next morning I hit send. I composed this story about my story on Instagram, and the outpouring was incredible. And I was at this airport in Atlanta. I started crying because people were like hit by the honesty. My wife shared the story on her social, and that was when the dam sort of broke. Right. And you know a lot about marketing. It's not like an overnight thing. You have to sort of like chip at the dam. And I'm always chipping every day. But I found that when I shared the story, my life got better, Kia. My
Mm.
marriage got better, my business got better, my leadership, everything like went up when I was real and kind of naked. Like this is who I am. I literally wrote a book about my most shameful parts about myself, which are too many to list. But I think it's a superpower. Everyone has a story. So I encourage you, let the world hear that. Um, to the extent that you're comfortable with it. And I think if you start to lean into that, you're going to find that the world will respond. It'll resonate. That's to me the best marketing is being who you are.